and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video on my channel. I am your host, Morrigan, and today we're going to be reacting to Shoe on Head's newest video, the female dating strategy. I put a post, or I should say a poll up on my X to see what people wanted me to react to, and this is what won. And, you know, I really love Shoe on Head's videos most of the time. They're pretty good bangers. And I've watched other VTubers do reactions to her videos. So I figured, why not do a reaction to her most recent video? But if you guys like the video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. As, you know, it does take quite a bit of time to do videos like this on the reaction part. And just in general, when it comes to doing VTubing. Or PNG tubing in my case, but I hope you all enjoy, and without further ado, let's get into the video.
Years ago, I made a video where I read some terrible pickup attempts by men trying to date women. And I figured, you know what? It's International Women's Day. Let's do a female version of that video. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are once again taking a break from the men and focusing on the fairer sex, women. You wanted equality, ladies? Well, here it is. Today, we are looking at the female dating strategy. It's 2025 and apparently the men have given up on approaching us. 45% of men ages 18 to 25 have apparently never approached a woman in person, which is honestly like so pathetic. Like, what are you scared of, Zoomers? That women are gonna film your sad attempts to hit on them and post them on TikTok for the world to see? That doesn't happen. But it seems like in order to get a date and save ourselves from crippling...
I do have to say this statistic is actually pretty crazy. You know, I've talked to, you know, some men in my life, you know, personally, and this is not very uncommon actually, for this age group. It's honestly really sad that, you know, society has gotten to a point where men just don't feel like they can approach women at all. I mean, when you range from, you know, men going and, you know, asking women out in person to being basically plastered on TikTok as being a creep or something, it doesn't really make men very motivated or wanting to get into a relationship. So while this is a very sad statistic, and I wish that this wasn't the case, I can very much understand why men would not want to approach women in today's climate, especially with the social media aspect and overall just being called a creep or having their reputations ruined. It honestly makes a lot of sense to me, but that's just my opinions on it.
Loneliness or eventual depopulation, the women have started really upping their game and becoming more assertive. Too assertive. Many people say that all a woman has to do to get a date is just stand there. Doesn't matter how fat, ugly, socially awkward you are, just stand there. Just stand there and a man will come to you. While men have to put in more effort. They have to be handsome, tall, rich, well-groomed. Wait a minute. That reminds me. Before we get into all this, let's quickly get into today's sponsor, Henson Shaving. Okay, so where were we? Ah yes, women. Can't live with them? So let's just dive into this dumpster fire.
Geez, I'm shoot. Women can't live without them. Oh man, this already has me very much scared for what's to come. I mean, if this is how we're starting off, I'm honestly scared. I'm honestly scared.
Fire, shall we? I love your tattoos. Thank you. Can you not send me a smile face? I have a boyfriend. All right.
Wow, literally, like 1 second later, we have a girl who reaches out to a guy, compliments him. The guy then says thank you, and then she's like, no, I got a boyfriend. Like, are you kidding me? Okay, gonna be triggered for a second here. You're meaning to tell me that we have women out here complaining, oh, guys won't ask us out. Why won't guys ask us out? This is why. Because you're doing stupid stuff like this. Oh, you go and initiate a conversation with a guy, and you compliment him, he says thank you, and then you follow up with, I have a boyfriend. It honestly just shows narcissism. The fact that you just go out of your way to just be rude. Genuinely, that's what I'm getting from this. It's honestly, it's not even funny, it's more infuriating than anything.
off to a great start. Hey. Hi. Thanks for liking my pic. You're fit, by the way. Welcome, and thanks. I have a boyfriend, sorry. You're hot, thanks. I have a boyfriend. Okay, Schizo. Just wanted to let you know that our date was the worst date I've ever been on ever, and I hope you die in a tragic car fire, loser. I'm really glad I dodged a bullet here. Best wishes. So you're not even gonna try to apologize for the bad date or try to make things work? You're just an ugly shit person. Glad I won't have to deal with you again. Good luck being alone forever. You just told him you hope he dies in a tragic car fire. Why the
I genuinely think this episode is going to make me angry rather than laugh. Okay. So you go on a date with a guy, and instead of just being very polite and being like, I just don't feel like, our chemistry was good or anything like that, you literally tell this guy you hope that he dies. He then is like, oh, I'm glad I dodged a bullet, which he did, by the way. I mean, clearly, if you're going to wish death upon somebody, even if it was a bad date, completely unnecessary, just crazy behavior. But the fact that you have the audacity to be like, what, you're not going to apologize for making the date bad? Like, are you kidding me? What's wrong with you? Genuinely, I feel like anytime I watch videos like this or see something on X that's anything like this, it infuriates me beyond belief because it's like, why are you acting this way? How do you have such levels of entitlement? It's actually mind-blowing to me. Man, we're only a few minutes into this video. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it through this. This is very difficult.
would he apologize? Or better yet, try and make things work. Next. They can't all be this crazy, right? Right? Hey, you probably didn't really notice me, but I was in your physics class and I thought you were really cute and I got your number from your friend. Oh, hi. Who'd you get my number from? Justin? I was wondering if you want to maybe go out for coffee or something else like that sometime this week. I'm flattered, but I don't think I'm interested. LMAO, what the f? You don't even know who I am. I'm not trying to offend you, I'm just uninterested. LMAO, you're not even worth my time. It was more pity than anything, LMAO. Don't f***ing talk to me anymore. LMAO, you thought I'd be interested in you. You're f***ing delusional. Messing-
Yes. The classic, I'm gonna ask you out, I got rejected, and now I'm gonna act like I'm not even interested. Man, the delusion just writes itself. You don't even have to try with this stuff. The jokes just write themselves. Like, it's the same thing with nice guys, where they're like all nice, and then they don't get the girl. When they ask them out, they get rejected, and then all of a sudden they just completely change. These jokes write themselves. This is just, it's honestly predictable, which is sad to say. Like, at least be creative. At least do that.
Up a chance with me, LMAO, you're lost anyway. I'm out of your league. Go f yourself, stupid asshole. I love seeing someone's true colors and realizing how disgusting they are on the inside. This is a common theme you'll see here. Woman messages man, man rejects woman, woman freaks out and says she was never interested anyway. Bitch, you were so interested. You went out of your way to get his number from his friend. But yeah, you're not interested. Cope. Next! I'm not sure about seeing you again. Alright, good night. Wow, that's it? Seriously? Okay, now I realize that was a huge mistake. How rude. You just pissed me off and I never get mad. Don't be immature and ignore me. I can get any guy I want to, I don't need you. My uncle is the old governor here and worked for the embassy. My family has power, you are nothing. Goodbye. See, I was always thought no means no, but apparently no means get back here and try harder.
And it's reasons like this why men are so confused what women want. I mean, it's one of these things where, if a woman says no, it means no, right? We all agree. Like, that's common sense. The problem with these women is that they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to say no, but then hiddenly I really mean yes. Like, I don't understand the thought process. Like, you expect guys to read your mind. That's not a superpower that anybody actually has. Like, I don't understand how... It's the same logic of like, well, I smiled at him and he didn't understand. Like, I was hitting on him and he doesn't know. Like, yeah, no shit. Nobody is reading your mind. Man, it's tough out here for you boys. Like, I can see that. I mean, this is hurting my brain just watching. And I'm a girl.
Hey, please delete my number. I'm sorry, who is this? Oh, hey, yeah, I didn't save it, so you're good. The f***? Why? What is the matter with you? We had 2 really nice dates and you don't want to see me now? You're probably a sucker anyways. Don't know how to handle a real woman. No wonder your wife left you. They really want these men to be like, oh please, no, please, please, give me another chance, please, please, queen, just a crumb, please, please, just a sniff, queen, please. And then when they don't do that, when the men are just like, okay, bye, they're like, how dare you reject me, queen of the universe, you What are your thoughts about being with someone who is cute in a broken kind of way? I'm not really sure I understand what you're talking about, but if you're talking about yourself, I hardly even know you. It's just that I'm cute, but broken. Bro. Run. Hello? Talk to me? To think I was going to sleep with you, but you up and ghosted me. Piece of crap. No woman will ever love you like I would have. I'm going to have to ask you not to message me anymore, thanks. Fuck you. You're worthless. Nobody will like you. You should hang yourself. What's
Jeez and crikey, here we go again with the death threats. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Okay, so first of all, you offer to just sleep with this guy out of nowhere, which most girls are not doing that. Like, that's just not what happens. And yes, mostly that's what guys look for, I would say. But if a guy says no, then just respect it and move on. I don't understand what's up with these girls literally wishing death upon guys for having a bad experience with them that they probably caused. In the first part, to this episode, that girl, I don't know if she was actually the cause of what happened, but the death threats is absolutely crazy. Imagine if the roles were reversed, had a death threat on a girl for not accepting his date, right? Or going on his date and it going bad, it would not go over well. So the fact that, women have the ganyas, if you will, to say these death threats to guys, especially on the internet, it's absolutely wild. It's sickening, it's wild, and this is a terrible double standard. Like, my goodness, what is wrong with these people?
Crazy is, I know this is like some of you people's dream girl right here. You all want the yandere anime girlfriend until you actually have one in real life, trust me. Hey, hi, hey! What's up? Send me a sick pic on SC, we are having a Riz off and I wanna win. What? P.S. babe. I want to put each of your balls in my nostrils and inhale until they're behind my head and I'm high on your stank. Oh!
Wow, that's very graphic. Not exactly what I was expecting. I mean, wow, okay. I don't even know where to start with this one. Um, Jeez, it's so hard to even commentate on that. That's literally the only equivalent I can think of for that is when a guy says something like, I would drag, my nuts across the ground or through a battlefield just to get a glimpse of your toes or something. I mean, it's kind of on par with that, but the female version. But I really wasn't expecting that. That was very unexpected. Oh man.
Oh, wow! Is this the female version of, like, I would drag my balls across 1,000 miles of broken glass to hear you fart through a walkie-talkie? Is that what I'm looking at right now?
See, me and Shu, we're on that same wavelength. We know exactly what's going on here. Granted, her example was a little bit different, but we both know. We both know the assignment.
Beautiful. 10-10, no notes. Don't expect to hear from me again. I'm horny. Ah yes, the duality of woman. Hey, I had fun last week. Would you want to meet up at Samson's or something tomorrow? It was pretty fun, but I need to be honest. I sensed some strange aura about you when we met. You seem cool and everything, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think we're compatible. Strange aura. Okay, already a bright red flag here, but let's keep going. I really do appreciate the honesty, especially after some of the experiences I had, but I'll be honest, strange aura is pretty vague. Could you elaborate a bit, just so I can know what to work on? I just don't think we're compatible is all, especially with our morals. I'm an extreme advocate for freedom and rights for everyone, but I just don't get that vibe from you, and I want to avoid another potentially toxic, controlling relationship. Like, I love that you showed me your guitar and played a few songs and showed me your playlist, but the things I noticed is the lack of diversity in it. It was all white men, which you may not think is bad, but speaks volumes to me about you as a person. Wow, you're serious?
Okay, so this section of the video I don't have as big of a problem with. Namely because finding somebody that has your same values is logical sense when you're trying to find a long-term partner. The only thing that's really stupid about what this person is saying is that because they're super feminist and liberal, and that the guy that they talk to doesn't have enough diversity in their music or who makes the music that they can't date him. I think that that's genuinely just kind of a little bit, too far of drinking the Kool-Aid. Like, it's not crazy like the stuff earlier on in the video, such as, the death threats and stuff like that. This is more so stupidity on just like, being too like attached to your political opinions. Like, if the person and you get along fine and your opinions are relatively the same, granted, we don't have the full picture from the guy's end, then I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yes? Alright, good luck finding someone with a mindset like that. Alright, you don't have to be an asshole about it. I was being nice and passive as possible explaining that to you. Point proven too, you and every other guy can't take simple constructive criticism because it hurts your immature little egos. I know it's no big deal to you, but outside of your little cocoon, people struggle every day and you clearly could care less. I wonder what the guy who schedules your gigs would say if he knew he pays a racist asshole to play at his venue.
Okay, so I guess I spoke too soon. So in the beginning it was, okay, your music isn't diverse enough, therefore I won't date you, okay? Which is, a little dumb, but it's fine, especially compared to the other stuff in this video. And then the guy says, really? You say yes, and then he says, well, good luck finding someone with that attitude or outlook, which, I mean, I can see the point that he's making. I mean, if you're gonna, judge someone based upon their, music interests and who's making the music and whatnot, and the diversity level of it. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time finding a partner. But then you go on this whole spiel afterwards talking about, oh, you actually don't know that other people struggle and that, you guys can't take criticism or anything like that. I mean, this would make sense, the criticism part would make sense if it was over something that actually mattered or that was important. Not, oh, there's not enough diversity in your music. That's a dumb thing to critique somebody on. It's a personal preference. But yeah, dodged a bullet. I spoke a little too soon. Still not as crazy as the other things that we've seen earlier, but this is definitely, it's definitely stupid.
Oh my god. There is so much to unpack here. Let's just dump the whole suitcase out. First of all, I never get tired of how equality to these people is just like literally when things are 50-50. Like your Spotify playlist has to literally be 50% men and 50% women, or else you're a toxic partner. Like, I'm sorry, but if a man was specifically forcing himself to listen to female artists that he didn't even like out of some like political move, that is a red flag. That is some performative lib shit. That is the type of man you have to avoid. Also, I love that little thread at the end, like trying to get him fired from his gigs. 10/10, pure cinema. Lol, I don't know. I get weird when I'm in a good mood. Like, I'll accidentally rip a guy. It's crazy. What the f? Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, definitely don't do that. Talking to a guy or a girl, maybe don't say that you're just gonna rape somebody. How does that even come up in conversation? Who thinks that that's a good line?
Okay. Could you imagine a man like, when I'm in a good mood, I'll just rip a woman. I'll just start ripping. Literally a video of anal sex.
So men can't send dick pics, but women can send anal sex videos. This video is honestly hard to get through. I'm only about 9 minutes into this video. Only 9, okay? I still got like 20 minutes left of this video to watch. About a quarter of a way in. About a quarter, not quite. And this is the nonsense we're already dealing with, guys. I don't even know if I can make it through this video. The cringe level, the nastiness level it's high up there. It's pretty high up there. It's one thing if you're like watching a romance movie or something, right? Like there are things where you know what you're getting into. This is just something on a whole nother level, like I don't understand how people look at this and say, yes, this is good. I know it's a trend on this, right? Women saying stuff that, men can't say and being bold about it. And then on the flip side, right, women thinking that, basically saying that sexual things is just gonna get them where they want. This, it's just disgusting. I don't understand it, you know? Like, if you're gonna do or say these things, make sure you know the context that you're in and what you're doing. Just, man, the female dating strategy. Oh boy, this is, not good.
Hi. What the actual? What? The video? The one you sent starting this whole conversation? What? Why? Did you seriously send me a vid of you having sex? Yeah. What the f? Did you just send me a video of anal sex without my consent? Yeah, and? The Chad sexual harasser. Damn, nice. Your turn. I'm good. Wow, I send you a pic and you can't even send any pics? You took advantage of me. You send the pics on your own. I ain't ask for them. Get the f out. If a girl sends you pics, it's kind of expected to return back. No ma'am. Whatevs, you a dumbass piece of shit. I'm tired of trying. Find someone more deserving to get my pics, who actually appreciates me and doesn't use me for my body.
So this girl sends unsolicited pictures of herself, and then the guy says, no, I don't want to see your pics, and then she's like, oh, you took advantage of me. You see, this victim culture, it speaks to a lot of the things that actually we've seen earlier on in the episode and or have, heard earlier on in the episode, where girls will say and do these crazy things, and then they'll turn around and play victim. It goes to show that number one, that they get away with this stuff all the time, and that there's never been consequences for saying or doing these stupid things. I know that there are guys out there where this stuff will get them in big trouble, even just in a texting sense, right? If they say something and the girl takes it very badly or in a very wrong way, right? And the guy gets in trouble, right? Like, admittedly, they should. Like, if you're saying things that are, sexual in nature, or you're saying things that are very weird and creepy, without the other person's consent, or being in a conversation where that is clearly what the conversation is, about, you should get in trouble for that. But ultimately, we're now looking at a situation where these girls are doing the same thing, but there's no consequences for what they say. I mean, we need to get to a place where men and women both should be held accountable in the same exact regard for saying and doing these things. Because this kind of behavior just should not be allowed and or should not be happening, period.
Here's my body. No, thank you. Stop using me for my body. Men used to have to work for a titty pic. These bitches out here just giving it away for free, or for like the price of a cheeseburger. Sad. I'm just at home bored as f***. Are you alone right now? Let's get freaky nasty, daddy. Get out of my DMs. You're stupid. Unfollow me now and get the f*** out of my DM, bitch. There's coming on too strong, and then there's let's get freaky nasty, daddy. Also, I just noticed the folders I made for these screen caps are really sus. Small dick, butt sex, freaky nasty, lesbian. This is all for work, honey, I swear. Oh, I love JRPG games too. Which one's your favorite? Persona 4. How tall are you? Oh, well, 6'1". It's already in my bio. Glad you aren't short. Hope you're actually 6 foot, not lying about it. Yeah, I'm not. What's your waist circumference measurement? Rest in peace to this man. What the f? Why does it matter? Why did my height matter? Huh? You're a man. Men are supposed to be tall. That's bare minimum for a man. LMAO, okay, you're a woman. Women are supposed to be thin, right? Oh, F off. A woman can be whatever she wants to be. Your reply is extremely sexist and objectifying towards women. Read a book or something. How is it different from your height requirement, though? Are you not a—
Genuinely, I love this. This whole interaction here is exactly what needs to happen. Equal slapbacks. I am fully in support of the equal slapback. Literally, the woman's like, oh, I hope you're 6 foot tall. You need to be 6 foot tall. Men need to be 6 foot tall. And then the guy's like, okay, are you fat? I mean, in essence, that's what he's saying is, are you fat? And then the woman's like, how dare you say that? That's not right. And it's funny. This is an argument that I've always found to be very fascinating and very interesting. Is the fact that women want men to be 6 foot plus, right? Like, it's a standard requirement to be in the dating game, right? Like, you got bare minimum, you gotta be, 6 feet tall. But then the guy's like, okay, well, how big are you? And they get offended. It's like, well, guys can't control their height, you are born with certain genetics, and therefore, if you're tall, you'll, be tall, and if not, then you won't be. It's that simple. Weight, on the other hand, is completely in your control. Sure, some people have a harder time gaining weight or muscle, and some people have an easier time gaining weight and muscle. But at the end of the day, based upon your decisions, both in terms of a working out sense, fitness sense, and or an eating sense, will depend upon how that goes. So the fact that she gets offended by this, and when girls get offended by this, I find it funny. As somebody that works out myself, is it easy? No. It's a very challenging thing to work out, to go to the gym, to get in good shape. It is a difficult feat. But you must understand that once you do that, or even if you're in that lifestyle, right? To see people complain about being fat, it's the same thing. You don't just come out of the womb fat, like you actually have to actively be eating very badly, having a lack of exercise, and among other things, right? To become fat. Same thing with getting in shape. You have to do things and eat a certain way to get in shape. It's the same for both. So this standard that men need to be 6 foot tall when it's out of their control, but women can be as fat as they want to be and deserve to be treated the exact same as a girl that puts in the effort to getting in shape, I think is just crazy. It's not realistic in any sense of the word. But ultimately, ladies and gents, that is where I'm going to leave off on this episode. I know there's still like 20 minutes left, but I can't get through all this. I can't. I mean, I have actually, work tomorrow and stuff. So like I have some actual things that are keeping me from not finishing this video. But, you know, this is just too much cringe for me in one night. And I still got to edit through this. Like I have to rewatch this cringe all over again. And while I love doing, videos for YouTube and stuff, this stuff, it's hard to watch. And I think I got a little too, pissed off in the beginning. So there's that as well. Um, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you do want me to finish the video all the way through, let me know, and I'll be sure to do that. I think in the future what I might do for these reactions is, because since I'm not live streaming them like VTubers normally would, and I'm making videos, maybe I'll just edit out the parts where there's nothing interesting. So that way, I'm not watching a full 30-minute video, and I'll just take the best snippets or the best things that I can do commentary on. So maybe that's what I'll do in the future instead. But like I said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you all in the next one.